Hello, Daily Drafters, and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. I apologize in advance if my voice is a little bit more stuffy than usual. I'm a bit under the weather, but I will do my best here in today's Modern Horizons 3 draft. As we dive into Pack 1, Pick 1, what is this Eldrazi card? 4 mana 3/3 with Devoid. Has kicker. When you cast it, search your library for a land, put on the battlefield, and shuffle. And if it was kicked, you exile a land. Well, I haven't played with or against this, but it seems pretty darn good. Well, I mean, it's a 4 mana 3/3 that gets a land, or a 6 mana 3/3 that gets a land and kills a land. I mean, is there anything better? Let's see. Condor is fun for some artifact stuff, which I would love to get into decks like this a little bit more. This deck does seem kind of fun. I played it once. Everything else is pretty bad here. Rumble could be pretty good on the wheel. We can cast that on turn 3. Void Craw would be good on the wheel, but let's go ahead and take the rare here, sowing Myco Spawn, and see where we can go from here. Well, I said Malevolent Rumble would be good with the Myco Spawn. We could take one here. There's also a Teamer Landscape, which honestly might be more important to our deck than Malevolent Rumble would be. At least the first copy. I feel like if we want one of these, we can get one at some point through the draft. There's an Essence Reliquary, which I think has some cute build arounds in the format, just not something I'm really willing to take early, or really even build around necessarily. Hydra Trainer I haven't been super thrilled with. There is the Battle Wagon, which I do like in blue-based energy decks. Another MDFC, Wheel of Potential is not great, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the Teamer Landscape here. Alright, well, Eldrazi are basically already gone. We have Horrid Shadow Spinner. Blue-black is a deck I haven't played yet, but I do really want to try, and I'm wondering if this is a reason to try to do that. There's also Faithful Watchdog. The Myco Spawn could be fine in just a red or a green-white deck. Like, it doesn't have to be exactly Eldrazi for this to be great. I think it's between the Shadow Spinner and the Watchdog here. I guess I could take Tranquil Landscape. I don't think I need to take that one this early. I'm going to take the Watchdog because it does share a color with the Myco Spawn here. If blue-black ends up being wide open, I'm probably not going to miss that blue-black rare, or that uncommon as much. Could probably get something similar to replace it. There is a Basking Brood scale here, which does go well in green-white, or green-red, or green-black, if we're being honest. Evolution Witness could also be interesting. Distinguished Conjurer lets us blink a bunch of things. Could be really good with the Myco Spawn, just like it's 5 mana though. Like, that's just so much mana. Flare of Cultivation, not great. There's a couple of good gold cards here. Another Landscape. I think it's between Broodscale and Witness, and I think the fact that I have the Myco Spawn is going to tip it toward the Broodscale for me, but I think that's close there. Well, this is a late Conduit Goblin, gotta admit, but there's a Repurposer, a Trickster's Elk, and a Horrific Assault. Now, Trickster's Elk, when you already have one Faithful Watchdog, is kind of interesting because the Watchdog enters with counters and the Elk makes it a 3/3, which if you go Watchdog into Elk on 3, you then have a 6/6. And when the Watchdog dies, you are left over with a 3/3, which is quite good. There is a Repurposer, which is also good, and Horrific Assault, which is also very good. All these things are very good here. Same with the Conduit Goblin, but I think I'm a little bit farther away from that. So I think the Elk is going to have enough combos that I want to try it out. And that was a close one. Those other two cards were quite good. Hexgold Slith, if we're thinking we're a little bit more of an aggressive green-white deck. There is Sheltering Landscape for Naya here. Void Pouncer, probably not. Echoes of Eternity. how hard could we go toward Echoes of Eternity if green ends up being even slightly open? This could be fun. I mean, what am I missing by taking on this? Like a Hex Gold Slith or something? That could be good. But the Echo seems really fun if we can make that work. Let's see if it does end up working. Well, here's a Warp Tusker. There's an Ironworks for red energy. There's another Slith. And a Tranquil Landscape as well. I'm going to take the Warp Tusker here. What is this one? Ripples of Undeath. Beginning of your pre-combat main, mill 3. Then put... You may pay 1 and 3 life if you do put a card from among those into your hand. That's a pretty quick clock. I'm not playing any of these cards in any version of a deck that I'm currently in right now. So I guess I just take a waste in the event that I don't get a ton of landscapes here. Wow, Arcbound Condor did wheel, and I said that would be a fun thing to do. I just think I'm so far away from it. Vexing Bauble is kind of a nombo with Echoes of Eternity, because you get to copy it and then you don't you don't actually get it. I think the Condor is the best card here by a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. Maybe that ends up being so wide open that we can't pass it, or we can't pass up on that deck. Because, as always happens to me, Eldrazi is undraftable so far. I've got a couple Eldrazi cards, but that's about it. Guess I'll take the Reliquary here. I'm not playing anything else there. Gift of the Viper, I guess. We're most likely to play green. Alright, Conjurer, get on in, I suppose. Expel, that's actually a decent removal spell. And that's a late Furnace Hellkite there. Alright. So where do we go from here? A second Echoes of Eternity? Oh, how deep do we go into it? I think 1 is fine. Brea, let's see, 4 colors. Probably not. There's another Brood Scale. There's a Kozilek's Unsealing. We could splash that in a green-based Eldrazi deck here. We could take Sage, which ramps for Eldrazi as well. I think it's between Kozilek's Unsealing, which is a card I don't think I like, but I've never seen cast so far. There's another Trickster's Elk, though. You know, I think it's more likely that I'm doing green-white here, and I think Trickster's Elk is going to be better in that deck. Okay, Psychic Frog. We are so far away from you. I do regret one pack 1 pick 1 that I made this format. It was passing Psychic Frog pack 1. Still don't know if it's good, but it's a card I definitely want to try here. Not today. There is a Nyxborn Unicorn, and I just think going straight green-white is probably going to produce the best results for us. I'm so over fighting for Eldrazi. Charitable Levy, no. Decree of Justice, I just don't think is a good card. There's a Bountiful Landscape, but again, I don't think we're going that direction. Evolution Witness, that would be pretty good, but I think I'm going to go with the Unicorn here. Galvanic Discharge. I mean, as far as green-white, I guess there's Mandibular Kite, which I think is a good card. There's also Tranquil Landscape, which is a green-white land that also splashes blue. But I think I'll take Mandibular Kite and kind of have to pass on a couple of good cards here. Discharge primarily among them. There is a Snapping Void Craw, but look, we have Expel, Unicorn. I don't think I have combos with the Reliquary yet. But let's take the Kite here. Don't like Cursed Mirror. I think we're pretty far away from black, even with the Condor here. I mean, we're kind of far away from green, too. Is there a world where we're black-white? I Guess I could just take the Dog Umbra to kind of bridge the gap between green-white and maybe black-white. But if we're black-white, this would be a reason to be in black-white. Is Fel the Profane here over Dog Umbra. Don't need Monstrous Vortex. Let's see if we can get into some sort of black-white artifact trinkety deck here, maybe. Here's another Nyxborn Unicorn. That is a late Cursed Wombat. There is a Stomp, which would be great if we were green, which we could be. Drownyard Lurker, probably not. Scurrilous Sentry, it just doesn't have a lot of synergy. I think my most likely direction right now is green-white. Got Lion Umbra. I don't think... Gosh, that's a late refurbished familiar too, though. And an Accursed Marauder. Thraben Charm could be okay. Disciple of Freyalise could also be okay. I did take the Fel the Profane here. Let's try Refurbished Familiar. I mean, the Condor, there's some things happening here as far as black-white potential. So Muster the Departed. ETBs make a 1/1. And at the beginning of your end step, if a creature died, you could also populate. Would I rather that over Angel of Ruins or Dream Drinker Vampire? Apparently I do. Ran out of time. All right. Razor Grass Ambush versus a third Trickster's Elk. Green is just not open right now. I'm going to take the white dual land here. This is a black-white dual land. I think I'm just going to take the black-white dual land over the energy card here. I don't think I want to play Decree of Justice. That just seems too expensive and not good. Okay, so I think we're somewhere... That's a late Reckless Pyro Surfer. I didn't even see that. I think we're somewhere between black-white and green-white, depending on what we see in the first couple of picks here in Pack 3. So what is this one? 2 mana, 2 oil counters. Whenever 2 or more creatures attack, put an oil counter on it, including your opponent's creatures. And you can 2, tap, remove 2 oil counters, exile another target non-land permanent, and its controller draws 2 cards. I just don't think that's very good. There's a territory color here. 5 mana, 7/5. Landfall, look at the top card if it's a creature into your hand. If you don't, you could put it into your graveyard. There's also just Eerie Auxiliary, Dross Claw for black-white. I think color is the best card here, but I just don't know if I'm going to play it. I'm like 100% to play the Eerie Auxiliary, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and take that. As disappointing as that kind of is. Alright, Vampire and Insight are the only black cards. There's a Slith and another Ambush here. There's a black-white land. Let's try Eviscerator's Insight. We've got a Mandibular Kite with a Germ. We've got... there's going to be a couple of tokens and stuff. Muster the Departed for Eviscerator's Insight. I think it's actually going to be okay. A lot of black-white cards here. Another Refurbished Familiar. Warren Soul Trader. I don't actually think this card is very good. It is a free sacrifice outlet, but like, what does it do other than just give you a treasure? It doesn't do much. So I think I'll take the Refurbished Familiar here. And if I wheel Indebted Spirit, Warren Soul Trader, Hexgold Slith, and interesting combos Conjurer plus Familiar, you could actually lock them out of the game with no cards in hand. And we do have Conjurer and Familiar right now. If we wheel that one, we'll have double of each. That could be interesting. And now triple this? What is this one? 8 mana 5/5. ETBs draw 5, lose 5. Or draw X, lose X, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Sack an artifact. Mana value to any target, but you have to have red for that. There's an Expel the Unworthy. Envoy of Ancestors. I think I'm just going to take the Refurbished Familiar here. Another Area Auxiliary. Okay, so I think we are black-white. Yeah, let's go ahead and take the Auxiliary. Dog Umbra, fine. Nesting Grounds, Sentry. Yeah, I think I'll take the Dog Umbra here. Another Late Goblin. Look at the top 5, reveal a historic, put in your hand, rest on the bottom. Well, that's basically, well, this is black-white. I was going to say it's basically free, but this is kind of a black-white land that I think... No, I think the Henge is going to be better than a random tapped dual land for our deck. Wow. Lots of cards for our colors here. Indebted Spirit, Dog Umbra number 2, and Inventor. Let's try Indebted Spirit. I don't think we're splashing green. Let's take the Indebted Spirit here. On the wheel, we get Drossclaw and Inventor. I think I'll take the Drossclaw. We're going to be more of an aggressive deck. Also, upping our artifact count's going to be pretty good. Another black-white land, which we only have one right now, which is okay. Or a dual land, or just another 2-drop. Got plenty of 2s. Let's take the dual land. Okay, we did get the Conjurer back too. I think I'm going to go for that combo of Conjurer plus Familiar. 5 mana, you don't have cards in your hand. Another Expel is not too bad here. Brain Surge and Gargoyle. Okay, not a great deck, but let's give it a shot. I'm going to build it and I'll see you after deck building. Alright, and after deck building, we had literally no choice but to run these 23 playables and 17 lands because we have no more black and no more white cards in the entire sideboard. So that means we're playing Decree of Justice. I've got the Essence Reliquary in here. What is that even good with? Refurbished Familiar, it's pretty decent with. Eerie Auxiliary, it's not horrible. You can do some cute things with like Dog Umbra and stuff. Drossclaw can give you another Germ. Kite can make more 1/1s. I mean, or can make a 1/1. I think it's got some cute things here. It's not great, but like I said, you look at our sideboard and we would have to splash for something here. Warp Tusker is a colorless 7-drop. Green, blue, like it's pretty much gotta be this here. Not thrilled with it, but it is my first attempt at black-white here, so I'm gonna give this one a shot, and I'll see you in game number 1. Alright, starting on the play here, and we will keep with a couple of 2-drops, gaining some life here. It's also a decent time to remind you all that I post every single draft that I do here on the channel, so you're seeing this one because this is one that I did, and I post it. Win or lose, I don't know how I'm going to do here. My expectation is not very good. But I post it anyway. I think it's important to just, see different things, see if the draft went well or if it didn't, if I win or lose, how you win, how you lose, how the deck ended up performing. So, again, I post everything. Here you go. Which one is this one? So when it deals combat damage to a player, put a counter on it. When you do, you can remove a counter from another target permanent. Well, let's just do this. I can exile that if I need to. And I technically have a good double block here. Swamp wouldn't be horrible, because then I get the Condor down. Alright, well, I guess down goes Conjurer. I mean, sure, I guess. And again, this blocks it well. But if they're able to kill one of these, attack, and remove the counter from here, that's going to be pretty bad for me. But if I attack and then they attack back, they still remove the counter there. So that's also pretty bad for me. So I guess I have to just make them have the removal spell pretty much. And they did. So now I'm left with a 1/2. Okay. This has modular, so every time this stupid thing hits me, this is going to get shrunk. So, as off curve as this is, let's get rid of this darn thing here. Because I was basically saying, like, okay, go ahead and freely attack me and start shrinking my condor. Did that thing have lifelink? No. Alright. No attacks. Deals 3 damage. Well, that doesn't really do how I want it. Okay, quit killing all of my things here. Perfect. It's got menace, can't block it anyway, so... Sure, sure. Alright, this one will be over quite shortly, I believe. They just killed every single threat that I played, so, I mean... Sure, go ahead. Oh, nice, nice. Still has menace, so I still can't block it. Oh boy, what they got? Emmercool or something? Close. Gain a life, why not? Go to 8 and then draw land and die. No, but too little too late here. I mean, they could just adapt that. This thing's got Death Touch, Lifelink, that's got Menace. This can give them free stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to end this one here. So we, just played bad cards, it seemed. Alright, we're at first again with another horrible hand. I think that's going to be a theme with this deck. Let's keep it, because if I send it back, I think I'm going to get another horrible hand that only has 6 cards in it instead of 7. Which is not necessarily a spot you want to be. Sure, I guess that playing that now is better for auxiliary. They do have galvanic discharge though. Do they want to use it? It leaves me with a 1/1 flyer. Um, looks like they do. Well, I guess I could still pay 3 life next turn if I don't hit the land. So let's do this. That way I can still keep this card in hand here. Essence Reliquary. Is that good? I could keep that in hand because the Condor and then followed by Essence Reliquary does get a trigger on the Condor. Hold up Dog Umbra to remove a creature of theirs here, I suppose? Ideally don't have to use this, so I could use this as my 4th land. Not really the creature I want to be Dog Umbra-ing. But with Essence Reliquary, I can kind of move this thing around. So let's get it out of my hand now. Let's be mana efficient with it. Didn't need to use the ambush here. So let's play Condor now. Because Auxiliary next turn can put double counters here. And I'm multiple turns away from kind of like being able to loop a couple of things with Reliquary. Because you can return target permanent you control and auras you control attached to it. So I could return the Dog Umbra to my hand. And like move it to things that are more important as needed. Another Gatekeeper. That damage is going to add up quick though. But so is all this flying damage here. I mean, we got 9 damage in the air here, but, I mean... I'm assuming something's gonna die. No, didn't die, but that is something that Ambush can take down pretty well. See, this is a moment I can return the Dog Umbra and put it on the Auxiliary. And that way the ambush, I don't even need to use it right now. But I could. So, I mean, they block here and they take... No, they block here and they take 7, go to 5, and they're dead a couple different ways. Because something else I can do is return the Dog Umbra, it has flash, and then, like, basically give my creature indestructible. But I think the ambush is going to be better. So let's do this. Make them take 7. They're at 5. So they have to have answers to 2 of my creatures, or like a removal spell and a flyer, or something like that. Or 2 flyers, or... Actually, 2 flyers wouldn't even do it, because again, I can move the Dog Umbra, so... Can they kill me from 14 with double Gatekeeper? I mean, Scurry of Gremlins could go a long way here. I mean, that would deal me 4 damage. Scurry of Gremlins might kill me. I don't know. Maybe they're doing some math. Okay. Discharge did work, but again, they need another removal spell. Discharge will just kill one of these here. And they didn't find the other one. Alright, I guess flyers were good enough that time, but just barely. Alright, we have to start on the draw this time. However, hand seems okay. We got the Conjurer on 2. That goes a long way in gaining some life, but see if we have time. Alright, black-red aggro here. Also have to imagine they're going to kill most things we play. Let's see if Conjurer is dead or not. No, but a turn 3 Lelia is pretty darn close to ending this game here. Menace, Menace, 3/3. Well, I'm not really going to be attacking this game. I mean, I think I'm going to die in 2 turns, so... Yeah, turn 3 Lelia. This deck doesn't have a lot of removal either. Sacrifice a creature, so destroy target creature if it was sacrificed, draw a card. I can't block Lelia. I could double block Charge Bug here, but why would they have attacked with it if they didn't have some sort of funny business that they were gonna... I think I have to attempt to go for that? And they're already looking in their hand to play their trick here, so... No blocks. Next turn I play... I didn't have anything. Maybe they had a sorcery that dealt a couple damage. I think they were just cashing in the last energy to get Lelia through one more time. That might have been all they were doing. Alright, I'll get rid of this stupid thing. Sacrifice that, kill probably the Conjurer. I'm left with a 3/3 flyer and a 3/3 on the ground. Take at least 6 damage next turn. These will both have Menace as well. Yeah, I think I'm capital dead here. I mean, maybe this is a way I survive by playing 2 creatures, but I'm just kind of prolonging the inevitable here, I would think. We haven't seen a single one of our 3 refurbished familiars yet. let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Doesn't really matter here. Too little too late, unfortunately. Let's go Ember Mage. Yeah, I mean, I jump, I trade, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Lelia, no remove. Yeah, yeah. So they just played all the creatures, I just played all the bad creatures. I'm not sure we have another win in this deck here. Alright, we have the combo, Conjurer Familiar. We just have to hope they don't remove a single creature we have. So, let's do it. If I can execute the combo and completely lock them out of a game, I will consider that a win of the format, but I just don't think that is how this one is going to end here. Okay, so they have one of the free pitch spells here. I think the white one gives hexproof and indestructible, and the red one copies instants and sorceries. This is so just kind of embarrassing. But, yeah, go ahead. Next turn we play Familiar, I guess? I guess they want the energy, so red-white energy. No. Servo, interesting. Alright. Yeah, I think I'll play Familiar. And I guess Indebted Spirit is just a 1/1. So now I can return this back to my hand, but it doesn't really do me much right now. So let's... no attacks. And now, starting next turn, it's 5 mana. They have to discard a card every turn. At the expense of me taking a bunch of damage, probably. See if they disrupt the combo. And with the Essence Reliquary, it's actually, like, kind of... Never mind. I was going to say it's 8 mana to have them discard 2 cards every turn, and then they kind of, like, run out of everything. So I can bounce the spirit and then re-equip it here. I could just use Monumental Henge here. could expel something. I don't think I want to expel anything, though. I could expel something and also bounce the spirit and re-equip it, or, like, bestow it over here. I think I'm just going to use the Monumental Henge. There's not a lot of great things going on in my hand. I want to save this for like a Conduit Goblin or like a problematic flyer. I mean, the Mandibular Kite's going to be a problem, but I can't do anything about that right now. Let's hope we don't whiff. Alright, did get the Refurbished Familiar. And currently with 6 mana, we can start just destroying their hand here. Now, if they have instant speed removal in response to Essence Reliquary, that would be unfortunate for us. They do have some sort of instant they could be using. I still don't really want to expel anything. Alright, cross your fingers, I guess. Okay. What does that do? Beginning of your end step, return it. So, when it attacks, exile another target permanent. Beginning of the end step, return it under its owner's control. If it's your control, it gets a counter. Okay. That's the card I would like to expel next turn. Let's see if I can keep my combo here. And like, what do they bounce? I guess they bounce the Inventor affiliate attacks? Yeah, that's what I thought they would do, so why even attack with it? I don't know. Can't really block anything, though. I don't have a great board. I have my combo, but like all I have is a 1/1. Doesn't block anything particularly well. I guess it blocks the servo well, and then when that dies, it blocks that. Solstice Zealot. Okay. And another Inventor. So they've got too many creatures here. They basically don't have another card in their hand for the rest of the game if I don't want them to, but they would currently win at that pace. So let's do this for sure. And then I can blink it. All right, so they get one more top deck here. Ooh, couldn't cast it, but they get one more top deck to see if they can find something they can use. And then past that, I don't think they're going to be able to draw any more cards, assuming I don't die to their board. Alright, I'm just gonna... Oh, it's got Menace, of course it does. I'm just gonna preserve a little bit of my life total here. I need to protect this piece. So let's just do this. Go to 12. What did they draw? Another creature. Perfect. The one more draw step they had, and they got another creature. So I guess I could actually return the kite, replay it, and then blink the familiar again on their turn. Because that's all I'm doing with my mana. So let's do this. This just basically gives me another life is all it does here. Next, no attacks, end the turn, draw, and before they have a chance to play the spell, hopefully they didn't draw like an instant speed galvanic discharge or something. I guess they could play spells that they draw that are instants. But the question is, am I going to have enough life this game? I do not know about that. I have to take 9 here, go to 7? Ooh, what does that do? Alright, cycle it for 3 and pay 5 mana to create 5 1/1s here. Or I pay 6 mana to get a 4/4, or 8 mana to get 2 4/4 flyers. Well, I do have 8 mana, 5, 6, 7, 8, so... Yeah, I guess I'm paying 8 mana. That makes it a little harder for them to get through. Now, this can start tapping our stuff down, but... So X is 2 here. So they do get another draw step now. but I got 2/2 flyers, or 2/4/4 flyers here. Okay, it's a land. Could tap one down, but nothing attacks well into this, so... So we've kind of got the lock on right now. Now the question is, can we figure out a way to finish out the game? As long as they don't draw an instant speed damage-based removal spell. And actually that kind of protects us a little bit. So, Reliquary, bounce the kite. Replay kite, draw, or I mean gain a life. Dog Umbra protects against damage. No attacks in the turn. See if they tap something down here with Solstice Zealot. If only these had Vigilance. Sure. Ooh, they drew an instant. What'd they draw? They did draw the Galvanic Discharge. Alright. So what is... We've got to read this again. If it would be destroyed, instead remove all damage from it and destroy this aura. They may as well just pay 0, because it's about to be blinked anyway. Okay, they paid 1, got rid of the Umbra Armor. They didn't technically have to do that. They just paid 0. It would have been blinked because of this. And then... I would have lost the Umbra Armor anyway. But now, I get to draw a card. And they don't. Sure, I'll just chump a 2. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay. Well, then... I'll do this here. Let's return the kite. Let's play the kite. Four, 5, 6, 7... Sure, let's just do this here. Don't tell me they drew another instant speed damage spell. Nope, okay. Alright, it was a board wipe. Okay. We do deck before them, but... Alright, so we're one more mana away from being able to use Henge and Conjurer, I think? Okay, got rid of another creature. Sure, so I kill the charge bug and take 4 here. Okay, I guess we just keep doing this loop here. Now we can also do the Henge, I believe. Wait, why am I not attacking with this? Because I'm blinking it anyway. Maybe they've had flyers back or something. So my mind just said don't do that, but... Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, another one. Don't mind if I do. Alright. Okay. Well, it's got affinity. I could keep drawing cards, or you could just continue to draw cards here. Expel. Yeah. Alright. I said if I can get the lock, then that is a win. And I'm not sure there's another limited format where you can literally play stacks and lock your opponent out of the game like that. In a not hard lock, because Galvanic Discharge almost got him out of it, but it was pretty neat not letting them play any spells. For us, I'm sure it's very frustrating for them. And I would be very frustrated if that happened to me too, but that's kind of a bingo card kind of thing for the format. Ding, 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 we have the combo again. So why not? We've even got the Reliquary to help us get there quicker. Expel. Alright, let's do Landscape. Go get a black because we have Condor here. Oof. Cursed Wombat on 2 is not good news. So much so that I probably just have to do this. It gets the Conjurer down later, but I think that's gonna... Getting rid of that Wombat is gonna be pretty important. So this makes this have affinity, or this makes this call 1 less, but I think I would rather get the creature and the Conjurer down first. So slightly off curve there, but them playing Cursed Wombat. What is that? So whenever a land enters, you make an 0/1, and then if you have like the Field of the Dead text, you get 2/2s. Okay. Alright, well that one matches this one, so that's still 4, but they do get O1s. Oh, there's our pack one, pick one that we're not playing. No. Propagator drone. Creature tokens you... Oh, no. So they put together a rare and an uncommon, so they have evolve. Okay, cute, cute. Let's do this and refurbished familiar here. Alright, I'm going for the upside play in the hopes that they don't kill Condor in response to this. Oh, creature tokens. Oh, yeah, I didn't think it was going to grow. Alright, so Necrobloom is still doing good work. And I can bounce things to my hand, but I don't need to do that right now. Yeah, I got nothing as reach, so let's get on in. Darn, they're going to be able to get probably Propagator Drone back if I had to guess. No, Angel. Oh. Alright, they're going for 7 mana, which is going to kill my whole board here. Although, the Conjurer plus Familiar combo right now... I could also return it, but then I can't use Conjurer as well. I could play return it, play it again, use Muster. So let's do this. Do it again. Alright, alright. We're still kind of doing the thing here. Alright, they're going all in on the Angel. But I think we have the lock next turn again. Oh, they cycled. Okay, for another Plains. I guess they realized they probably weren't going to be able to use that and would rather just get another O1. 4-3, sure, yeah. Alright, they saw the line again. We had it again. We had the lock one more time. Oh my goodness. I'll take 3 wins with this deck. This deck was horrible. But we're still going, so let's see. Alright, we go first this time, and we do have Dross Claw and Insight, and I think that's going to help us draw out of this kind of awkward situation here. Can start with Dross Claw, and then if they play anything that blocks it, we could just sacrifice the germ to the Insight here. Okay, that does block it. Well, that doesn't really block it, so... But unfortunately, I think I have to sacrifice it on their turn. There's a bunch of things I just can't cast right now. I need 3 chances at a Plains here. Yeah, I kind of have to do this. Okay, well, we got all the Plains. 4 mana. just play Refurbished Familiar. It does have affinity. I could play Essence Reliquary and do double Familiar next turn more than likely. Muster doesn't do... Muster kind of does something. It blocks the 3/1. Though next turn, if I play Reliquary, so I play a land, I play Reliquary, and then I can still play Familiar, which means this turn the most mana efficient thing to do is either play Muster or just hold up Fell the Profane here, or Dog Umbra. Could do either of those. I'm going to hold up the removal spells. That might not be right. But I think next turn I'm playing Reliquary followed by Familiar here. Unless something changes that draw. Yeah, see, like that's something I'm fine just killing here. Alright, so let's go Reliquary Familiar. We don't have the ability to return it here. So if they kill it, that's not great for us, but... Oh, actually we do. Do we want to return it? And protect it, or are we blocking? I don't think we're blocking. So let's just protect it here and just try to eat at their hand a bit. Might be too slow. Again, this is basically a 3-mana 1/1 flyer that can trade with that thing. The Slith will be a problem, so Dog Umbra is probably going to have to take care of that. It's actually a decent draw. It makes our Refurbished Familiar cheaper here. So let's do Kite. Familiar. If I go to return Familiar and they kill it in response, that's obviously not good for us. But I think I am going to try it. Okay, we did get it. No instance. Alright, got rid of a combat trick, and I think I'll just play the Muster the Departed here. Oh, that's probably good. Whenever a non-token permanent you control leaves the battlefield, you get some things. Okay, 2-1 first strike. Can't block it. I probably have to Dog Umbra the Hexgold Slith. So I have 4 mana remaining. I can equip a Dross Claw. I probably have to play just these two things, which means I'm not using Reliquary. So that means I can attack with at least this, and probably this. So then let's do this and go here and here. Attack there, there. And hold this back to block the Evangel here. And then auxiliary blocks Gengu, and Slith won't attack here? Sure. Alright, they have blue, so I don't think they're going to have a counter spell, but I'm going to do this now anyway. They could have a counterspell, I guess. They might have, you know, Eviscerator's Insight or something to sacrifice it too, but... Uh-oh. Do they have some way to kill me? They don't have 5 mana, so do they have another combat trick of sorts? I hope not. Let's see. Have like double a creature's power or something? Okay, indestructible. Sure, sure. And this has a flying counter on it, right? Yeah, okay. Ooh, that's a pretty good draw. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think we've got to kick it and get rid of Genku here. And then Essence Reliquary. The Kite. Replay the Kite. And get in here. Block that, block that. Removal spell means they attack with both. I take 2. I could probably afford that. Okay, it's a 4/4. Arcbound Condor. Bringing Essence Reliquary, the Refurbished Familiar, replay it, shrink down Evangel, draw a card? This is all good. Let me do that after attacks here. So go to combat, attackers attack here, and here. So that's gonna die. They have these 2, and I have 3 blockers here. Sure. So 2 attackers. Go to damage. Oh, I'm gonna have this is a blocker too. I probably could have afforded to do at least 1 more attack there, but I want to play slightly conservative. Okay, and for that. Okay, so there's a lot of things I'm doing here. And I'm 1 turn away from the combo again. Or kind of like 2. Also, everything flies. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's lethal. Hopefully no trample. I can't imagine they're going to have a way to put trample on that thing. Okay, that works maybe? Or does it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that's perfect, right? And this is 2, and that's 4. All right, so 1. I don't have anything here, so 1, 2. Let's go here. This goes here. They'd lose a life. And I had 1 extra anyway. Well, that just, I mean, just a bunch of flyers populating, killing. Refurbished Familiar is quite the card. Alright, we're first this time. The hand's not very synergistic, but, I mean, it's fine. We've got creatures we can play. Unicorn, followed by, hopefully, another creature so we can bestow a unicorn. Instead of having to play this on turn 3 as a 2/2. Void Pouncer. Okay. So I can cycle this turn. Or something I could do is not attack, and then if they attack, I block. Let's say they go for some sort of combat trick. I can Razorgrass Ambush in response, which is a nice thing. If I attack and they do block, am I fine with that? I don't know. Probably not. I think I'm just going to cycle. I don't really want to use Expel on this thing, so I think I'm just going to plan on cycling this and blocking here. No? Okay. Decline. And now we kind of have to play this here so we can go Condor, because next turn we've got Familiar, which is going to kill their 3/1 if the Condor survives. And if it does survive, that's going to be huge for us. If it doesn't, not liking our chances. Okay, well, that's also quite annoying. Sure, I guess I'll do this one here. No attacks. Yeah, that was annoying. I was going to be able to kill their 3/1 for free, and now I just have to... Oh, okay, so they've got a combat trick as well. Don't like that. Take 5? If I draw a land, I can kill their 2/2. Unless they hold up the combat trick still. Oh no. Alright, well we lose, darn. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty bad. This card has been really good against me. I haven't played it yet. Clearly need to play more of it, because, yeah, had I blocked there, my whole board was wiped for sure. So now I have to take 7, go to 6. I guess I could block here. Oh, Scurry of Gremlins, so am I just dead now? They discarded Glyph Elemental. What is that? Oh, and it gets exiled. Perfect. Scurry of Gremlins. Hit me for 10? I don't even know. Hit me for a lot. Yeah, red-white's a good deck, so I guess no shame in losing to it here. I could actually return this to my hand, but I don't think I need to do that. I'm just gonna die instead. There we go. Alright, I will take a 4 and 3 from this deck, though, you know? They're just playing red-white. They're playing one of the two best decks in the format. We're just kind of dirtling around and hoping they don't kill our creatures, and we don't have a lot of removal, so... I will take locking our opponents out of the game 2 or 3 times and getting 4 wins out of this derpy black-white deck here. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I thought it was going to be quite a dud early on, but I consider it a win. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.